Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we are going to talk about something that powers a huge part of modern JavaScript, that is higher order function. So a higher order function is simply a function that takes another function as an argument and return a new function. So so this is the example, so this is basically a higher order function. So it can call that function or it can return another function. And this is basically a callback function. Greet is a callback function, and this is a higher order function. So now let's call this one for console.log higher order. We just have to pass the greet and we just have to pass the name. That's it. If you run this one, hello buildheavendev. That's the power of treating function like a data. So why we use higher order function? Now you might ask, why do we need them? Because they make our code more readable, more reusable, and easier to debug. They remove the need for repetitive loops and bring a functional style to JavaScript. Instead of writing multiple for loops, we can transform data easily like map, filter, and reduce. Let's explore them one by one. So what is map? So map is used when you want to transform each element as an array and return a new array, not an existing array. So if you see here, so we have one array and we just want to double that array and we want to return. If you run this one, you can see 2, 4, 6, 8. It was basically doubled. If you notice this one, map doesn't mutate the original array, it create a new one. If you try to access the original array, it was same as it is. Map doesn't mutate the data, it was basically create a new array and it was returned. So this is how our maps works. So our next part is filter. What is filter? How filter actually works? Here we have one age array and we want to find those who are greater than or equal to 18. Those value only we want to get. If you run this one, we will get 25 and 30. It filter out all values that don't meet the condition. Simple, clean, and powerful. And now the most powerful of them all, that is reduce. Reduce combines all element of an array and into single values, like multiplying, even building an object. For an example, we have here one numbers 1 2 3 4 and we want to get the sum of those values. So we can get like this. The reduce, what actually it takes the accumulator and the current value, and it's basically it's sum of the all of the values. If you run this one, you can check it was basically 10. It was showing the all of the sum values. Now here most interviewer often ask, can you implement your own custom map, filter, and reduce? Yes, we can. Now our first is how we can make the custom map. We can create like this array.prototype.custom map, whatever you wish to give the map name. Now we are giving the custom map, and we used to create a function, and that function used to take a callback as usual. And here, as you already saw, that map used to create a new array. So this is our new array, and we will run a loop that let I equal to 0, I less than this dot length I plus plus, and we will push in the result array whatever the callbacks will give. Like in the callback, we will pass the current element, we will pass the index, and we will pass the entire array, whatever they will provide. This is how we will do. And the last, we will just return the updated array. That's it. This is very simple. There is no much complicated. Like we will just create an array and we will loop through it and we will pass that one to the callback. That's it. And we will return at the end. Now what we will do, as same as it is, we will create an array and we can pass like same, like numbers dot custom map, and we will pass what we want to multiply into 3. So here is our x into 3. If you run this one, you can see 3, 6, 9, and 12. It was working as it is, as the map. So now you know how to create your own custom map. Here you can do whatever you wish to. Tomorrow if you want to add here x plus 2, you can add everything in 2 value. If you want to add x plus or anything, whatever the map transformation you used to do, you can do everything in this one. Yeah, that's how you understood now how you can make our custom map. Now we will move to the second part, that is how you can create our custom filter. Custom filter, same thing, we will create one array dot prototype dot custom filter, and we will create a function. That function will take a callback, and we will create a new array which will be the result array, and we will loop through it. This dot length I plus plus. Now here we'll first check whatever user gives the callback condition, if that is matching, like this dot I index and the current entire array. If this is matching, then only push to our result array, otherwise don't push. So if it is matching, we will push that result array this dot current I, whatever they given. This is very simple, like whatever condition user is giving in the callback, if it is matching, then only push that current element to the result array, and at the last just return that result array. This is how it is working. Now we will take this for an example, this function, and let's create another array, const maybe array equal to 55 112 122 5 17 16. Now what we will do is, now our condition is if any of the values is greater than 15, so we will console those all values. So how we can do, as simple, console.log array.custom filter, and here we will, for an example, we want to element, if our element is greater than or equal, if it is greater than 15, that's it, our simple condition. If it is greater than 15, just print the value. Now we have three value, one is 16 17 and 55, so that's why we are getting here three values. If tomorrow we want greater than 16, so we can get only 17 and 55, because we have just passed greater than, not greater than equal to. That is how it is work. So at the last, our next part is how to create the custom reduce function. Same thing we will do, array.prototype.custom reduce equal to function. We will take a callback and we will take a initial value, as how it was working. That's it. We will take a callback and we will take initial values. And what we will do, the accumulator, we will take the accumulator as the initial value, and now we will run through a loop, that is let I equal to 0, I less than this dot length I plus plus I plus plus. And now what we will do is, we will store in the accumulator whatever user, and we will pass the accumulator, we will pass the current value, current index, and the entire array. That's it. This is how our everything is working, same as custom reduce function. Now we just have to pass our accumulator. That's it. Now if you want to run this one, see here we have one number 1 2 3 4, and we are just trying to calculate the value. Here if you want to pass the initial, instead of passing initial value 0, if you want to pass the initial value 50, so it will convert as 60, because our initial value is 50. So every features is working, even initial values, accumulator, everything is working fine. And that's how our reduce actually works. So that's higher order function in JavaScript, the real backbone behind every array transformation. If you learn something new, please hit the like button and subscribe to us. Thank you so much. We'll see you in the next episode.